Friends, hello, how are you? It's Monday, we're back in the market. Very interesting day in the market here. Finally saw a little bit of a pullback in Palantir. Not much of a pullback here, but I guess that's all we're going to get for a sell-off here with Palantir. Let's talk about Nvidia. Let's talk about SoundHound. Try to keep this a short video. I know all of you don't want to hear me yap forever, but this is the week. This is a huge week, okay? Because we've got Nvidia releasing quarterlies. Now, today, why was it an interesting day? Well, SoundHound particularly, when we talk about Nvidia, you want to talk about SoundHound too. You want to keep these two together because Nvidia has invested, once again, so much money into SoundHound. And SoundHound still, I think, is going to be the dark horse of next year. It's going to come up out of nowhere and people are going to be like, what is this SoundHound? Who is this? So this is why it's a very, very particular situation right now. SoundHound sold off today, and we'll go right into SoundHound here. I'll talk about SoundHound. SoundHound here, just released quarterlies here just, days ago. Good quarterlies. It's chugging along here. SoundHound's chugging along. But SoundHound is in a very particular situation right now where it's looking for one giant deal. It's still capturing deals, but SoundHound is just one giant deal away from it going to double-digit numbers, okay? From it going to a $10 to $11. Now, SoundHound, obviously, it will move to that here as long as it keeps bringing out these good quarterlies. And undoubtedly, as we move into 2025 here, this new year with just the AI market moving pretty fierce here, SoundHound's going to move aggressively with that too. So SoundHound today sold off to $6 on the dot. Then it moved all the way up really fast, really aggressively to noon here to almost $6.60, coming short of that. But these are big numbers right now with SoundHound compared to where we were just 2 months ago. So this leaves a lot of speculation that SoundHound is looking for a new bottom. Now, I think tomorrow we could see a high $5 mark in SoundHound, but I don't know that we're going to see fours again. It would be very interesting to see if SoundHound could get to $4 again. I don't think it's going to. I think it's proven that, hey, it's going somewhere at this point, okay? The fact that it went to, pretty much almost $8 just before these quarterlies released here is saying that, like, okay, as we're getting pushed up more and more here with SoundHound, we're going to see it start to accumulate a bigger and bigger stock price going into these quarterlies here. So listen, we're going to get to a point here where like I said, SoundHound is going to capture one big deal, or maybe Nvidia, they take a third, stake in this company. That would be huge. And then on top of that, Nvidia or SoundHound here, like I said, is just looking for one more ginormous deal. What is coming in the next 5 years here where artificial intelligence with AI, where companies are using AI with their voice automated systems? SoundHound is going to be crucial in that. It's going to snag up a lot of contracts. It's going to continue to get bigger and thicker contracts going into the future here. So what does that mean? That means it's going to be releasing bigger, thicker, juicier quarterlies here. So that will drive up the stock price right there. So listen, SoundHound, I'm trying to tell friends right now, this is the opportunity probably of a lifetime right now, where this company is going to get very expensive very, very fast if you don't pay attention to what's going on over here. But I am curious to see where can SoundHound sell off a little bit here. We touched the $6 range today, and then SoundHound shot back up to 6 midpoint. So we're looking for the level right now. We're looking for the bottom of what it's going to be right now with SoundHound. Wednesday is the day where Nvidia will be releasing their quarterlies. So I would not be surprised to see. And let's kind of just trickle into Nvidia here. Maybe we come back, back and forth to SoundHound and Nvidia because they run together so much. And obviously, a lot of people are always talking, speculating, leaving comments, and saying, do you think Nvidia would ever just buy SoundHound? Would they just swallow them up? I think that's very in the realm of that happening. If any company was going to do it and could do it, it would be Nvidia. They would just buy SoundHound completely, and they're putting a lot of money into SoundHound. I mean, they are really stacking up some shares, in this company. So they believe in it. That's a really good thing, for you as an investor. That makes you feel good, gives you butterflies. Like, okay, if Nvidia believes this company, this should be something we're looking at. Not to mention they're bringing out really good quarterlies. Now, if Nvidia did buy SoundHound, what would that mean for you as an investor in SoundHound? Well, it would simply just mean your SoundHound shares would turn into Nvidia shares, and of course they would do some sort of deal where for every X amount of shares you would have this many shares of Nvidia. How that would work out, however they did it. So I would not be surprised to see SoundHound have a little more sell off tomorrow, maybe. But what I am really thinking that it might do, I think it might run later in the week after these quarterlies with Nvidia. I think everyone, especially a lot of the AI stocks, because a lot of the AI stocks today, they sold off. They were selling off. And I think a lot of them are just waiting to see what Nvidia is going to do here right now. So talking about Nvidia, listen, I don't want to beat a dead horse over the head here with, I've already talked about this so much. A lot of people have been commenting, should I buy now? Should I buy now with Nvidia? Friends, if you're holding Nvidia for the long run, I don't think this should be something that you should be worrying about, really. I mean, Nvidia is going to continue to grow, because the simplest thing to say here about Nvidia and their future, they just had a split. They've had amazing quarterlies all year. I mean, they haven't had bad quarterlies. They've broken all-time records. They're most wealthiest company in the whole world. No one even comes close. Just one of their quarterlies alone is more than most companies make in a whole year. With that too, their stock is back up to an all-time high. So we are definitely getting into a situation where Nvidia's going to run to $150, 160. If it comes out with quarterlies that are just over expectations at this point, it's more than likely going to just be another thing of okay, it can't be stopped. It just can't be stopped. Right now, you can't find a bad article about Nvidia. No one dares to say anything negative about Nvidia right now, because it's a very bad bet. It's a very bad bet to go against Nvidia right now. And the main argument with that right now is that the Blackwell chip, Nvidia had some problems with it. They came out and said, hey, it's totally our fault. We fixed it. We tucked it right up. And now, boom, here we go, Blackwell chip. So what is this going to do? It's just going to increase, what they do money-wise. That everyone wants to buy the new chip now. So all these companies that they've sold to and new companies that are finding out about Nvidia, they're gonna buy the Blackwell chip. They're gonna buy the chip. So we're just gonna see quarterlies repeat themselves, if not be even more, going into 2025. As Looney Tunes as that sounds right now, Nvidia, no doubt, is going to lead the charge here going into 2025 with AI stocks. Okay, so yeah, if you're buying Nvidia at 140, 145, 150, I think you're in a great position, because listen, this time next year, Nvidia could be sitting at $180 to $200. And I think that's short selling it at this point. Okay? Because what I just said with the whole new chip, what's coming out, what we don't even know about with Nvidia, who knows where the market, we could have a huge year in the market. Maybe, potentially. There's going to be a lot of FOMO in the air here with the market. People are going to be just chomping at the bit to put their money somewhere. Okay? And Nvidia is going into a situation where people are looking at this not just a get-rich-quick scheme stock. They're looking at this as a stock that's moving pretty aggressively, but also a very good stock to be in for your retirement, okay? Because Nvidia can more than not by next year or 2026 be in a position to do another stock split if the stock keeps running to crazy numbers here, okay? That is a very real possibility that a lot of people need to think about. So yeah, if you're buying just small amounts of Nvidia right now, think where that could lead you in the next few years here with Nvidia. You could get wrapped up in a stock split, another one with Nvidia. Then you keep buying after that. Well, maybe, it's kind of hard to say right now where they could go after that. I mean, my God, they've already, what more can they do? But still, who knows where it could go. The stock's never going to go down and sell off at this point. I mean, we know the next 5 to 10 years are pretty much, Nvidia is so far ahead of the game right now That's what should scare people to not believe in the stock, not believe that, like, do you think it's going to go to 150? Okay, listen, 3 months ago when Nvidia had that huge sell-off, people were going, do you think Nvidia is going to go to 120 and stay there? When you're talking about a company that is making more money than most companies that you can even name out loud, okay, of course the stock's going to keep going up because it's going to turn into a feeding frenzy, okay? So, yeah, Nvidia is going to continue to go up. More than likely this week, when we see these quarterlies come out here, by Thursday, I don't think anybody's saying that Nvidia is going to have bad earnings. I don't think that's even in the realm of happening right now because they're still going off of just a huge wave. More than likely, Nvidia will start to move up aggressively again here. We will probably hit 145, 150, 155. Possibility we could be at 160 here this week. By the end of the week, we could be at 160 with Nvidia. Possibly. I don't want to bet against it. I have learned my lesson with Nvidia. I think we all have. We have learned not to bet against this company, the stock, what they do. So that's pretty much what I have to say about that. So friends, listen, I've already talked so much about SoundHound and Nvidia, but listen. When these stocks sell off, it doesn't mean they're bad stocks. When they're in the red, that's when you buy. When they're in the green, that's when you ride the wave. Today, great entry point for SoundHound at $6. Maybe tomorrow it might go a little under $6. Guess what? I'm going to buy a little more in a different account, okay? Nvidia, buying it at 140, probably a month from now, you're going to be begging that you could have bought it at 140. That is the severity situation of what is about to happen with these quarterlies, okay? Do not be shocked to see Nvidia run hard here later into the week. Friends, take care of yourself. I will talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.